The world is witnessing the emergence of a new geopolitical alignment. This alignment is not based on shared values or ideology, but on a common desire to challenge the existing world order. At the heart of this new axis are three powerful nations: China, Russia, and Iran. Each driven by its own grievances and ambitions, these countries are finding common cause in their opposition to the West. This new axis poses a significant challenge to the United States and its allies. This new axis is not a formal alliance like NATO or the Warsaw Pact. It is a more fluid and opportunistic partnership. However, it is a partnership that has the potential to reshape the global balance of power. We are already seeing the consequences of this new axis in places like Ukraine, Syria, and the South China Sea. The rise of this new axis is a worrying development for the international community. It has the potential to lead to a more unstable and dangerous world. The United States and its allies need to develop a comprehensive strategy to deal with this challenge. This new axis is not only a threat to the West, it is also a threat to democracy and freedom around the world. China, Russia, and Iran are all authoritarian states that suppress dissent and violate human rights. As these countries become more powerful, they will be emboldened to export their authoritarian values and practices. To understand the emergence of this new axis, we need to look at the historical context. The end of the Cold War marked the triumph of the United States and its allies. The Soviet Union collapsed, and the West emerged as the dominant force in the world. The US and its allies sought to create a new world order based on democracy, free markets, and the rule of law. However, this unipolar moment was short-lived. In recent years, we have seen the rise of revisionist powers. These are countries that are unhappy with the existing world order and are seeking to change it. China, Russia, and Iran are all revisionist powers. They believe that the current world order is unfair and that they deserve a greater say in global affairs. China is seeking to displace the United States as the world's leading power. Russia is seeking to restore its sphere of influence in Eastern Europe, and Iran is seeking to become the dominant power in the Middle East. These revisionist powers are challenging the West on multiple fronts. They are building up their militaries, expanding their economic influence, and promoting their own ideologies. The rise of revisionist powers is a major challenge to the post-Cold War order. It is leading to a more competitive and unstable world. The United States and its allies need to develop a new strategy to deal with this challenge. At the heart of this new axis is the growing partnership between China and Russia. This partnership is driven by a shared perception of the United States as a strategic threat. Both countries believe that the United States is trying to contain their rise. They see the US military presence in Asia and Europe as a direct threat to their security. The Sino-Russian partnership is based on a convergence of interests. China needs Russia's energy resources and military technology. Russia needs China's economic might and diplomatic support. The two countries have signed a number of agreements in recent years to strengthen their cooperation in areas such as trade, energy, and defense. The Sino-Russian partnership is a major development in international relations. It has the potential to reshape the global balance of power. The United States and its allies need to take this partnership seriously and develop a strategy to deal with it. Section 4, Iran, the wildcard in the equation. Iran is the wildcard in this new axis. It is a major regional power with a long history of hostility towards the United States. Iran is also a major supporter of terrorist groups such as Hezbollah and Hamas. Iran's nuclear program is a major source of concern for the international community. Iran insists that its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes, but the United States and its allies believe that Iran is developing nuclear weapons. Iran is a complex and challenging actor on the world stage. It is difficult to predict how Iran will behave in the future. However, one thing is clear. Iran's growing relationship with China and Russia is a cause for concern. This relationship provides Iran with economic and military support, and it gives Iran greater leverage in its dealings with the West. The United States and its allies need to develop a comprehensive strategy to deal with Iran. This strategy should include a mix of diplomacy, sanctions, and military deterrence. The goal should be to prevent Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons and to curb its support for terrorism. Section 5, India's tightrope walk. India finds itself in a delicate position as this new axis takes shape. On the one hand, India has close ties with Russia, which remains a major supplier of arms to the Indian military. On the other hand, India is also a member of the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, or Quad, along with the United States, Japan, and Australia. The Quad is seen as a counterweight to China's growing influence in the Indo-Pacific region. India is trying to walk a tightrope between these competing interests. It does not want to alienate Russia, but it also does not want to be seen as taking sides against China. This is a difficult balancing act, and it is one that India will have to manage carefully in the years to come. India's strategic autonomy is a key principle of its foreign policy. India wants to maintain its independence and make its own decisions about its foreign policy. However, the emergence of this new axis is making it more difficult for India to stay neutral. India may be forced to choose sides in the future.